Our 4 rankings for the Ultra Nightmare Run Killer list. Press F if that level presses F. It's easy. Enter the fun zone if it's a little bit of a challenge. Gen X energy level if you need that Gen X to beat this level. And King Novik Simulator if you're going to see him a lot. All right, let's start with Heck on Earth. The first level you would think is pretty easy, right? Well, because you're so under-geared and the enemies still do some decent damage like Cacos, you could have a pretty tough time with it. So this one you're going to need to be Gen X energy level to be able to beat it on Ultra Nightmare. Exultia, however you say it, it is not bad. It's still early game, so you still have those problems that you have without many weapons, and you're meeting more and more enemies, and it's kind of lengthy as well. So it's definitely one that you see people have problems with. Not quite up there yet, but we're going to have Gen X to be able to beat that one. All right, next up we have Cultist Base. Oh, take a prediction where this is going to go. Amps up so hard with the Mancubi and everything else you see. Long level, you don't have a lot of gear. Probably the most dangerous level in Ultra Nightmare. So therefore it is our first King Novik Simulator level. Doom Hunter Base, not too bad. It's got a decent run up to it, no Slayer Gates or anything if you'd like to do those. The boss is pretty good too. You can ice bomb him now, so that helps out. But all in all, I think Doom Hunter Base isn't too awfully bad. I think it might give some people some issues. It's going to be borderline between these two. We're going to do Enter the Fun Zone. Why not? Super Gore Nest. Now you're starting to get more geared. You have the Ballista. You can still be hurt and you can still die, but it's not so bad because you're beginning to get more crystals and more gear, and by this point you've gotten the 2 crystals that are in the fortress, which is a huge bonus. So enter the fun zone. Arc Complex. This one's good. It's long, but the thing about Arc is that it's got the only thing that fears you. Now, if you would have asked me earlier, the Marauder sections, it would have been up higher early on in the game's life, but it's not too bad. It's just long. It's enter the fun zone. Mars Core, not too hard, decent length, mostly shorter. You're pretty armed by this point. I can't really think of any super dangerous encounters that, you get the BFG as well. And we don't have anything in Press F. Let's put that there. I'm probably way wrong. Please do not kill me in the comments. Sentinel Prime. It's the shortest level in the game, but by that, it's also one of the most difficult for a lot of people in Ultra Nightmare due to the Gladiator. The Chain Gun Shield is a great tool for him. Having Dazed and Confused to stagger him and then go get your chainsaw from the zombies or whatever, super good idea to do that. But Sentinel Prime definitely earns itself the King Novik Simulator. It is not easy. Taurus Nabad, my favorite level. There's a couple problem points. It's not too bad in all the areas. You have your Marauders if you do your secret encounter, which you probably shouldn't be if you're just going for your base Ultra Nightmare. The ending is cool. You got the Crucible, so that really ups your power from that point. Taurus Nabad is not too bad, but for beginning players, it's got a lot of Marauders. We'll have a Gen X energy level for that. Plus, that Archvile section with the random spawn really messes people up. Necrovol part number 1. It's short, it really is. There's no encounters that really stand out as insane. There are a couple that could be problems for people, but nothing that you can't really overcome. You have your Crusher obstacles, and sometimes you have a few BFG that you can use. The ending arena, if you didn't have your BFG, is a little spicier, so press F. Necrovol's press F. We have to do it. Necrovol part 2, it's also short. And if you look at really all the arenas, you have your BFG, your Crucible. By this time, you have all of your Sentinel Crystals. You are stacked and racked and ready to go. The problem with it is, it's just not that hard. So, press F for Necrovol 2. Urdak, magnificent, isn't it? Urdak is one of those that could go either way. Early on, people would have problems with the con. I died at the con maker on my second attempt of Ultra Nightmare, so ouch, a little bit sore there. It's a tough one. It's not a complete run-ender, but it's gonna be a Gen X energy level right there. Final Sin. Yeah, I mean, they really pull out all the stops here. They really know that this is your last chance to beat it. So honestly, the icon does give a lot of people trouble. I have seen runs ended there. It's not a press F. It's not a fun zone. It's one of these two. What one should it be? King Novik Simulator, because the pressure being so far into the game for this and Urdak really screws with people, and that is one of the bigger problems with it, is that your pressure. All right, let's go to Tag 1, UAC Atlantica Facility. Decent level, feels like a continuation of Final Sin. It's nothing too crazy throughout you. You don't meet the spirits yet. You don't meet the blood makers yet. It's already fully geared. And so for that reason, I'm going to give it a fun zone because It's first level. If you die, you just restart it again. Not too bad. The Blood Swamps. Now, we know Atlantica had the double Marauder, which is not bad. There's just zombies. This one has the buffed Marauder, which will really screw people over. This one has, oh man, it's got the trial arenas, which are okay. Blood Swamps, I don't know, man. If it's going to be a toss-up between the top two here, and I just don't know which one. I'm going to go with this one here, Gen X energy level. It could really be either way. The Holt. Now, the Holt does have some challenges, especially if you do the Slayer Gate with the Possessed Marauder. I think that the Holt, given everything you have, it's the last level, your nerves are shot, even though there's only 3 levels in the DLC. You're really working hard. Sammer. If it wasn't for Sammer, I would probably put it around here. The Possessed Marauder too, but you don't usually fight him. It's got to be a King Novik simulator, even though you don't actually see him there. We'll ignore that part for now, right? Anyway. The World Spear, such a long level, and they did do some different changes to it recently, but let's go with the original. It's not too bad, really. You got your BFG, you have your chain gun shield, of course, for all this stuff. You have so much at your disposal, and it really eases you in. I think that this one, Enter the Fun Zone. I don't think it's too bad, and I think we can put it at this slot right here. Reclaimed Earth with the Cursed Prowler. Also a little decent level. There's some length to it. There are some tricky sections, nothing too insane to worry about. The last arena fight isn't that bad. It's definitely harder in Horde mode than it is in the base. So I think Reclaimed Earth will probably go to... Where do you think? Oh man. I don't know. I'm just going to say Enter the Fun Zone. Just not bad. Imora. Oh, the Dark Lord's capital city. Oh, well, Imora feels kind of straightforward. You have to watch out for a few things, like the escalation encounter is okay. If you have to do the double Screecher or double Marauder Screecher encounter is a big problem for a lot of people, I'm sure, if you're just starting out. You're also near the end of the game, almost the end of the run. You have to be very careful. So, man, for that reason, Imora is not going to be press F. It is not going to be fun. It could be Fun Zone. We're just going to give it Gen X energy level because it's right on the border. It's almost Fun Zone, but we're just going to bump it up here just to be safe. Ooh, the Dork Lord. Where does he go? All right, well, the thing about the Dork Lord is that my first fight with him took 45 minutes, but I didn't die, right? So if you have the mental and testicular fortitude to fight this guy, the thing that you can think about is the stack. It's so easy to stack on this guy. And all in all, it's the last level. Your nerves are shot. You're really kind of worried about dying. It's not a press F. It is probably Gen X energy level because you still have to watch out. So what do you think about this list? Comment below, let me know. Check out my next tier list here. Thanks for watching.